Good afternoon. My name is Councillor Anthony Kelly. Welcome to today's hearing of Downtown Groceries Limited, 96 Bilton Road, Perivale, Greenford, Middlesex, UB6 7BN. My name is Councillor Kelly and I'll be chairing today's meeting. My colleagues are Councillor Rima Baklani and Councillor John Martin. We're today's subcommittee. We're also joined by Cornelia Harden, who is clerk to the subcommittee and shall be minuting the meeting. Hatun Zeb, who is legal advisor to the subcommittee, and Anjali Garcha, the licensing processing team leader, will shortly introduce the report. In accordance with procedure, I shall invite the licensing officer to introduce the report and provide any clarification on factual issues. Then I'll invite the applicant, their agent to present the application, answer any question and call upon any witnesses. And then I'll invite those who have made any representations or objections to make them, answer any questions and call upon any witnesses. At the conclusion of the hearing, the subcommittee, accompanied by the legal advisor and the Democratic Services Officer, will retire to consider its decision. The decision will be given at the end of the meeting and confirmed in writing. If the panel is unable to reach a decision, you will be notified in writing within 5 working days of the panel's decision. So, Anjali, if you'd like to state the report, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Afternoon, everybody. So Downtown Groceries Limited have made an application for a premises licence in relation to Downtown Groceries Limited, located at 96 Bilton Road, Perivale, Middlesex, UB6 7BN. And the licensable activities applied for are as follows: supply of alcohol off the premises, Monday to Saturday, 0800 hours to 2300 hours, and Sunday 1000 hours to 2230 hours. The subject premises is a grocery and a convenience store. Excuse me. It's not located within a special policy area as defined in the council's statement of licensing policy. One representation has been received, and this is from the Metropolitan Police Service. If I can assist you any further, Chair, that's it from licensing. You're on mute, Chair.
Yeah, that's thank you very much, Anjali, from the processing team. Don't have any indication from anybody. So, Mr. Panchal, would you like to present the application, sir? Once you've...
Yeah, sorry, Chair. Yeah, it's a technology. We need to go back to the cursor and get ourselves back onto it. Yes, Chair. I'm going to briefly give you the idea for my client, who I'm representing. He has a 4 years experience in running a off license, which the off license is not far away from the present off license. The present off license is 90 Bilton Road, and the previous off license that he owned as a partner is on 7476 Bilton Road. He holds a personal license. He understands the 4 licensing objectives. He understands the area very well since he's been there for 4 years. Previous premises that he was having has been there for the last 40 years. He understands the local people staying in the area, being there for the 4 years. Chairman, we are going to show you how he's going to be putting the premises up. He will be having an incident book, which he understands how to fill it since he's worked in the premises before. He will be having a refusal book at the premises. He will be following all the necessary requirements. When I say necessary requirements, he will be following the Challenge 25 policy at the premises. He will be considering his neighbors to make sure they live quietly. He will not be selling any single cans. He will be having an operational CCTV Chairman, I'd like you to go on to page 19 of your bundle, whereby we have the operating schedule, which would become part of the condition of the license. And under the operating schedule, we understand that there is an objection by the Kerry Smart for the police department. No other.
Just for clarity. So there's two paginations. So it's page, which I've got page 19.
Yeah.
But is it page 19 or is it page 23?
But mine is page 19, the operating schedule.
Okay, so list here steps you will take to promote the licensing objectives. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. That's the one that's promote the licensing objectives, page 19.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that becomes the operating schedule of the premises. The conditions normally, which says it will be promoting the Challenge 25 policy. It will have the CCTV installed, 31 days recording. The major part in the operating schedule that the objector, Kerry Smart, is worried about the local drinkers, the street drinkers, and we have, our client has put down condition number 10, which says there will be no alcohol or lager sold above 6% ABV. That will avoid street drinkers to come in. Mr. Singh understands the street drinkers. He knows the street drinkers around the area who are there, and they have never served. Hence, the premises that he was working for last 4 years has never breached any conditions or have not come across any matters relating to street drinkers. There will be no single cans of beer, lager, or cider to be sold on the premises, and there will be no miniatures sold on the premises. Chairman, so that will become in page 21, it carries on page 21. There will be an installation of alarm system to the police.
Mr. Patra, you're fading in and out. And
sorry. There will be an alarm system fitted on the. Can you hear me now, sir?
I can hear you. Yes.
Yeah. So he will, according to the licensing policy of the Ealing, he will be having an alarm system fitted along with the police. He does work very closely with the local community. He has an understanding when I asked him that why are we worried about, why is police worried about the local street drinkers? And his view is that is near the Bilton Road, that is an avenue whereby in the evenings, some of the local workers come in and congregate on the other side and have an alcohol there. Which he has in the last 4 years decided not to sell any alcohol to them. So they obtain their alcohol from the other local shops. So Mr. Singh understands that area very well. Chairman, further to that, we haven't seen any evidence from Kerry today regarding the area's criminal activities or criminal reports. So I have gone through today on the criminal records for the last 3-4 months in the Bilton area. And in the month of January 2023, there was only one criminal damage around the area in the arson. And then I've seen another report of December 2022, and there are no crimes of antisocial behavior around the area. So I managed to look through the area, Bilton Road areas, criminal reports, and I don't see any criminal activities regarding the antisocial behaviors in the area. So, Chairman, we've gone through up to October, I've got reports up to October. If the committee wants to have a look, and so, Chairman, that's what we feel that the license be granted, and we are happy to take any questions.
Chair, it's Hatoum Zev, legal advisor to the panel. Chair, can I just check in that the references that Mr. Panchal is making, where are these reports in the papers? There doesn't appear to be any reports, and if they're not in the papers, can he confirm where he's getting that information from?
Well, we got it on the website of the Metropolitan Police's website for the area.
Okay. I think we can explore. We'll explore that theme, I guess, with PC Smart's submissions. But yes, I'd just like to make the point, Mr. Panchal, and yeah. I would rather if you referred to me as chair, and I'd prefer if you'd refer to PC Smart as PC Smart. You're talking about reported and recorded crime, okay? So I think it's important that you phrase it in that manner. But yeah, unless you've got, we could just move on from the what you believe to be no reported crime or very little recorded and reported crime in the area. That'd be great.
Yes, Chair. Sorry, I do apologize if I'm not. Sorry, called you as a chair. I always say that you're the chair of the committee or PC Smart. Sorry about that if you misheard me.
It's okay.
Yeah, so Chairman, we are looking at the reported crimes that I've found out from the Metropolitan Police's website, exploring crimes, and I'm talking about those. And there are very few crimes reported in the Bilton area that we're talking about. I'm not talking about the whole other area. So, Chairman, we feel that the 4 licensing objectives are going to be robustly promoted. We feel that the client understands the 4 licensing objections, and he will be promoting it robustly. He has a past experience of the area in Bilton Road because he's worked in the shop for 4 years, the shop number 7476. So, Chairman, we feel that this license be granted today. And if there are any questions, we are happy to take those questions.
Thank you very much, Mr. Panchal. I'll go to PC Smart. Do you have questions for Mr. Panchal and Mr. Sana, his applicant?
Yes, thank you, Chair. Mr. Panchal, you said that the applicant has 4 years' experience at 90 Bilton Road and 7476 Bilton Road. That you haven't disclosed this prior, have you? I wasn't made aware, it wasn't in the application that he's got previous experience, because I've not been able to conduct any due diligence on those other premises. I've not been given that opportunity, because you're saying that he's run those premises, but I've not been given that opportunity to conduct due diligence.
Yeah, because he was a partner at that Londis 7476, and he was running that shop. And sorry, PC, but if Mr. Kapoor has not mentioned to you, actually mentioned it to you today.
Okay. And how is the applicant going to promote the licensing objectives then in relation to street drinkers?
Like I said in my presentation earlier, at the 7476, they have never served the street drinkers. They know the street drinkers around the area, and they've decided not to serve, and hence that is why the last 4 years they have never had breaches of their conditions, or they've never dealt with the street drinkers. They understand them, and they do not serve them.
Well, I know that all the Parade of shops along that road do sell to street drinkers. I've been on the borough for 19 years now, and it's a major hotspot for street drinkers, and all of the premises along there are guilty of selling to street drinkers. So how is he going to what's his plans on how to not sell to street drinkers? What's he going to intend to do?
Well, he understands them for the last 4 years. He knows who those people are. He understands that by legal law.
Let me interject, and perhaps phrase it in a different way. I'd like Mr. Sana to explain to me in his own words and through translation what he understands a street you know, how would a street drinker present themselves? What's the indication that somebody's a street drinker?
We know them normally. We are just.
And he'll need to speak into them. He'll have to perhaps sit where you are.
No.
I know them who are the street.
Yeah, I can't see you, Mr. Sana. We're going to have to see you. Yeah, and you're going to have to jockey for position there.
Can you see me now?
No, I can see just the corner of your head where you can see half of you. Come in a bit closer to Mr. Panchal. Yeah, that's fine. And wherever the mic is, it will find you, but you've got to sort of find it as well.
Okay. So the main thing, we haven't got the license for the 7% of that. Most of the street drinkers, they bring that things and the miniatures. So we are not selling these things. And most of I know the street drinkers we not serving at all to them.
Yeah, but when might they? I mean, you're involved historically with 3 off licenses in the area, and now you'll be involved with the 4th one. And I understand.
Sorry to interrupt you.
You're involved with 2. You have been involved with 2, and you're going to be involved with the 3rd. And I think there's already 8 in the area. So, you know, given what Kerry says, if we take the premise of what Kerry says as being true, it's suggesting that only those five off licenses are serving street drinkers. What is it you're doing? What is it that you're doing differently to those other off licenses in your experience?
Sorry, Chair, he's only involved with 1. It's called 74, 76.
That's only one premise.
I beg your pardon. Sorry. Yeah, number 90 is the one we're doing. What was number 90? No?
96. It's 96.
Okay. So it's 74. So tell me what it is at 74 and 76 that you've done to mitigate against street drinking.
So, you know, if somebody comes drunk, so we don't serve at all to them.
Yeah.
So most probably, if there's something like drunk or any people coming like that, we don't serve at all. And not of the staff, any of the staff not serve to them. So we already told them, anybody come like that, we don't want to serve these people. So because street drinkers, they mostly are drunk. So we know, because that's a good reputation of the shop in Londis from last 40 years. So they don't serve at all to them from the beginning.
Yeah. Okay. And so what about people that are street drinkers that would want to buy beer that's under 6%?
No, but that all as well, we don't serve them. So that all street drinks are not coming to Londis because of already been refused.
Okay. All right. Sorry, Kerry. I just thought I wanted to explore that theme a bit more, but if you've got any more questions, carry on.
Yeah, thank you. How many members of staff are you going to employ throughout the day and evening?
There should be like 2 of us and 2 staffs.
So 2 members of staff.
So altogether, there are 4 people.
Okay, that's fine. And where are you going to purchase your alcohol from?
All the cash and carries like the Mecha, because we thinking about Nisa, we are going with Nisa local. So we will buy most of the things from the Nisa local and the rest we get from the Mecha cash and carry.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine for the minute. Thank you, Chair.
You're on mute, sir. So you're on mute. Sorry, Chair, we can't hear you. You're on mute.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm back, Mr. Panchal. Thank you. Patience, everyone. Councillor Bacchini or Councillor Martin, do you have any questions for Mr. Panchal and Mr. Sana?
Yes, Chair. I'd like to ask the applicant. You already know the nature of the problem in Bilton Road, which is street drinkers. My question is, when street drinkers go in your store, how do you act to not sell them? Like, what do you do? Because for me, it seems like, will there be a challenging behavior? Like, how is it always not a problem, or sometimes is it problematic when they enter the store? If I'd like to get more explanation on this, please.
Yeah, most probably in 4 years, we never get any problem in our shop. And most of the drinkers, when they have been refused, so they are not coming to our shop anymore. Like the street drinkers, if they buy maybe from somewhere else, we don't know about that. Because if they come to our shop, they've been refused. So that's why they're not coming to buy the alcohol from us. And all the, the area-wise, they are, I think, very good people living in that area. Because I got experience for last 4 years, and they are like family to us. In the Corona time, we been delivered to their home, and all these such things we done to them. So that's all, mostly of the people, they are coming to our shops are family peoples, and they are very nice to us.
No. My question is, when the street drinkers who come to purchase alcohol,
Yeah.
and you know that they are drunk, you said
Yeah.
that you don't sell them alcohol, right?
Yeah.
So is it all the time that they just leave, or sometimes problems occur when, they challenge you, they want to set by, you don't let them, or does it just happen very simply that you say no and they leave?
Yeah, normally they leave it. They never create any problem to us.
Okay, thank you.
I've got nothing just at this moment, Chair. Thank you.
Chair, you're on mute.
Thank you, Councillor Martin. Thank you, PC Smart. Right, so I have no more questions at this time. Mr. Panchal, do you have any questions to the police team? And I know you've made presentations, but if you've got any questions. Or no, sorry, PC Smart, if you want to go again and then make your submissions, and then obviously Mr. Panchal will have the opportunity to respond.
Yes, thank you, Chair. Firstly, I'd just like to say I'm quite disappointed that it wasn't brought to our attention before about 90 Bilton Road and 74 to 76 Bilton Road. So I could obviously conduct my due diligence, because it is a real problem down in Bilton Road. The premises located within a parade of shops is highly populated residential area. There's at least eight licensed premises along that parade. It's a well-known hotspot area for street drinkers and social behaviour, and it has been for 19 years since I've been on the borough, and that's at all times of day and night. Yes, the hours proposed are within core hours, and yes, they have proposed conditions. However, those alone, the police do not believe will be proportionate to promote the licensing objectives. The police are aware that the Council Safer Community teams have received regular complaints from residents regarding large numbers of street drinkers congregating at the junction of Bilton Road, where they meet the residential streets that run along Bilton Road as well. The residents frequently complain that the street drinkers, they congregate all day and all evening, and only leaving to purchase more alcohol from the variety of licensed premises within that parade. So all the licensed premises are guilty of selling to the street drinkers. The residents reported that the street drinkers become increasingly more intoxicated, to the point that they openly urinate and defecate in full view of passing residents, including young children. There's also been reports that the street drinkers have been seen masturbating on the street while making lewd comments to any female that passes. Like I've said before, this is an ongoing problem for the police. The local Safer Neighbourhood team, they work closely with the Safer Communities team, always down there to address the problems. And the police believe that having another licensed premise would only contribute further to an already problematic area and have a negative impact on the local community. And the police strongly believe that this application should be refused. The behaviour that the street drinkers show out on the street is absolutely diabolical, and the police do work tirelessly to try and resolve this problem. So having another premise would just cause more to the problem that's already there. So therefore, the police are not in a position to support this application and make our representations to the application in its current form and object under the 4 licensing objectives.
Thank you, PC Smart. Ms. Panchal, would you like to, do you wish to respond to any of those points? You know, have you got any questions back to PC Smart?
Yeah, yes, Chair. Sorry.
Try and come into the mic, sir.
Sorry.
Yeah, try and come into the mic, and you may want to move your camera around if you wish.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. My one question is, I've looked through the Bilton Road reports. Why were those reports not put in today? That's one of my questions. And the other question is, you are saying another license in the area. My general view is, if you look at guidance section 182 14.15, it's 14.19.
I can't hear you, Mr. Panchal, sorry.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
when you move, your mic goes.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. I'd like to ask you a few questions on regarding where you brought in the complaints. Has any of those licenses been brought up for a review or anything? Because Mr. Singh has been in the area for the last 4 years working. He hasn't had a problem at Londis at all. He hasn't served the street drinkers. So he is a good operator. His shop has not done it. So do you have a general view of individual of licenses, and why were they not brought in for a review if they were serving to street drinkers?
Firstly, I didn't know that he was working at Londis or 19 Bilton Road or 74, 76 Bilton Road. So I haven't had that opportunity to conduct my due diligence, like I've explained, so I can have a look to see the issues that are there. I haven't been given that opportunity because you weren't forthcoming with that information until today.
Yeah, but the information that I'm also putting forward to you is from your own website, the Metropolitan Police, whereby on Bilton Road, if you look at those on a monthly basis, there are less criminal offences in that area compared to other areas around it. So I'm a little bit surprised that you asked that there is a complaint going around. You haven't.
I was made aware of the complaints from the Safer Community teams when they were that this application was brought to their attention. Then they've raised their concerns with me, and obviously the concerns that they've raised is what I've put in my representation.
Sorry, Chair. Anyway, thanks very much. I put in my.
And in relation to the crime and disorder, antisocial behaviour is disorder. It doesn't necessarily get reported as a crime report. It will go down as that the police are dealing with it, and it won't always go down as a crime report. It will just go down as antisocial behaviour, and that has been a hotspot area for 19 years. And if you go down, have you been down there, Mr. Panchal?
Yes, I have. Yes.
Okay, you can go down there any time of day or night, and you'll find street drinkers there throughout the day and evening.
Have you visited the 74, 76 Londis anytime in your career?
I have, not recently, and I have, but like I say, I haven't been able to conduct my due diligence because you've not provided me with that information, so I can conduct that and give that information. But yes, I have been to Londis in the past, and yes, they have failed, but I can't give that information because you've not given me that opportunity.
Thank you very much, Chair.
Okay, thank you. So question to Mr. Panchal and his applicant, Mr. Sana. So I believe your company was, Downtown Groceries was formed late last year.
Yeah.
And Mr. Sana talks about his offer to the community, particularly during the lockdown, which is encouraging. So he was working there or involved with that business, and now he's seeking to operate a new business. What was at this location beforehand historically? So how is his offer? How is his offer going to enhance the shopping retail experience in the area? Given he's promised that he's not going to serve street drinkers.
Chairman, sorry, Chairman.
Chair.
Sorry, Chair. He saw the opportunity and he was in partnership with the Londis where he was working, and he decided that this premises was up for sale on a freehold basis, and his opportunity was to purchase that freehold basis. So he purchased that freehold basis and decided to move out of the partnership at Londis and decide to build the new premises up there. And having known the area, knowing the area very well, knowing the families around the area, and he thought that he could do a business in the area.
That's good. That's good. So that's really useful and helpful, and it gives us some context. So that's good. But what's there now, or what was there before, and what's there now? And obviously he wants to add alcohol to the offer.
Yeah, I think what was there? I'll ask my client.
Yeah.
Before there was a car park store, it's Lloyd's.
Car parts, yeah, no problem. So you've taken the car parts have gone. You've bought the freehold, and you've taken possession of the shop, and now there's a grocer's.
No, at the moment it's empty store, so we just.
It's empty. Okay.
Yeah, so we just.
Okay.
So
it's interesting that you're not opening So at the moment there is no grocery offer.
No.
Okay. That's helpful. Thank you. Okay. Any other questions from Councillor Martin, Councillor Bacchini? No. Okay.
Yeah, Chair, I'll come in. A couple of questions for Mr. Sana. You say you've been on Bilton Road for 19 years. What engagement have you had with the Safer Neighbourhood team, bearing in mind that you are aware that there is a street drinking problem along that road?
I don't remember Mr. Sana saying 19 years. PC Smart's referred to it a few times.
Sorry, apologies. But
what
engagement have you had with the Safer Neighbourhood teams, bearing in mind that you are aware that there is a problem on that road?
Yes, sorry, Councillor. I've had a long chat with my client here, Mr. Singh, and because they do not serve to the street drinkers, they have a policy at the shop at Londis when he was working there, that they had a policy that they did not want to serve to the drinkers. So they always had a good relation with the local police when they came around. Hence, they were successful in running that business, and they are successful in running the business presently. He was successful. He no longer now owns Londis. He's left his partnership from Londis after buying this freehold property.
Doesn't really answer my question, but I suppose what I'm trying to get here is that it's quite clear from across the board and from evidence that's been produced that there is a culture of drinking on this high street. Why have the other businesses, including your applicant, Mr. Panchal, not worked together to basically deal with this problem? Because it seems that there is an issue here, and you're asking us to grant a license here. And could that not, as PC Smart has alluded to be quite honest, exacerbate the problem?
I can ask the client because I personally, when I went there, and I saw, like, at presently, what we are hearing now is thinking that there is a huge problem and there are street drinkers around that area, but it does not look like that. When you personally visit the area, I visited personally the area numerous times when we did the application on. Yes, there is a areas where some people around the corner sit around and drink. But that is the people who come from work, the local Polish people who come around. There are a few street drinkers roaming around, but it's not like a dozen, or you can't see 15, 20 street drinkers around the area that we are worried about. I don't think that is what we are looking at. There are street drinkers, a few of them, but few shops don't serve. And Londi's was one of the shops which my client was a partner in working in, had put a policy up that they did not serve. And hence there were less drinkers comparatively that what we are looking now at this hearing, seeing that, oh, there must be 20, 30 street drinkers around there. It's not that 20, 30 street drinkers that we see around there. Yes, there are a few drinkers. There are a few Polish people who take their drinks and sit around when they come back from work. But those people also do not get alcohol from Londi's. When I spoke to my client and I was there around for some time to have a look. So the idea of my client, he does understand fully. He wants to promote the 4 licensing objectives fully. He's bought a freehold shop. He would have moved if he thought that there was a lot of problems in the area. He would have moved out. He would have bought somewhere else. But because he deals with the families around staying there, and he is successful in that business for the last 4 years, he's been able to gain some profit out of that partnership to move forward in the same area. So there are positives that he's looking at, and there are positives in the area. I have looked at the report of the police's on the police's website, and I could see the number of reports in that area. And I'm amazed at there aren't any serious matters around that area that we are listening today. There is no evidence in front of you today. There is no evidence brought in by PC Kerry Smart, or there is no evidence that we can look at. So I don't understand. If you are hearing the police, Mr. Sana is here. He is there he has worked in that shop for 4 years, not for 1 year or 2 years, and he has had a good experience of the area. Otherwise, he would not be putting himself up in the area saying, oh, why should I be going to the area where I have a problem every day, or I have a problem serving people every day and having a fight? He doesn't have that fight because the state drinkers understand, Mr. Sarna, when he was at the Londi's, that they are not going to be served.
Okay.
He understands, and he understands
I think
I've just got one further question, Chair, actually, if that's all right.
I've got PC Smart's hand up as well, but you go ahead.
I've just got one further question in relation to your comment in regarding the crimes in January 23, where you say there was 1. I've just done a simple search and it comes up with 8. And if you're referring to the police's website, which I've literally just checked while we were here, the highest of those was violent and sexual offences, together with antisocial behaviour. So I think if you are going to quote figures at the committee, please make sure the numbers are right. There's certainly more than one crime there. So just to bring that up.
Sorry, Chair, the ones that I've printed out yesterday, it shows on the Milton Road in January, it shows 1 near the shop. I've noted down. And
Have another look, Mr. Panchal, but I'll leave it at that. Thank you very much.
I guess, and it's incumbent on the Metropolitan Police to provide as much detail on that as they can, and we'll take what the police say as correct. And PC Smart might want to talk about that.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Mr. Panchal, you say about the crime reports. A lot of the antisocial behaviour, the street drinkers, it doesn't generate a crime report. The officers deal with it and deal with them accordingly in relation to they will get a CPM, which is a penalty notice. That's what they generally get, a penalty notice, and then they get moved on. And then they come back. The police are gone, they're then returned back. You said about 20 to 30 street drinkers. It doesn't need to be that many street drinkers to cause antisocial behaviour and to cause a massive problem for the residents. 5 street drinkers can cause an absolute problem for the residents. When you get people urinating in the street and the lewd comments to the females, it's not acceptable. 1 street drinker is not acceptable. So to say there's not 30 to 50, that's irrelevant. 1 to 2 street drinkers are causing the problem. It doesn't matter how many, it is a problem down there.
Okay. Thank you. You might want to take your hand down. Thank you. Right. Okay. I just want to sort of come back to my list of where we are, really. I don't have any more indications from councillors, PC Smart or Mr. Panchal. So I think we're in a point now where we can sum up. So PC Smart, if you'd like to sum up, and Mr. Panchal, you'll get the last opportunity.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. It's just going to be short. I think, given what's detailed in my representation, Bilton Road is a hotspot area. It has been for some time. It's irrelevant whether there's however many street drinkers. They are causing serious issues and having a negative impact on the local community, as I've detailed in my representation. There is a history of the licensed premises along Bilton Road that they have been guilty of breaching their conditions. However, I've not been given that opportunity to provide that information because obviously I wasn't aware of the previous premises. And I just think having yet another licensed premise would only contribute further to a really problematic for the police and for the council as well, who work entirely with the police to try and address these issues, to make Bilton Road a safer place for the residents, including young children. They shouldn't have to put up with the street drinkers. They shouldn't have to put up with the smell down there and what they witness. It's just not acceptable. And I think having yet another licensed premise would just add further to the problem that's already there. Thank you.
Thank you, PC Smart. Mr. Panchal?
Sorry, Chair. My submission will be, we have an applicant here who is experienced for last 4 years in the area. He hasn't breached any of the conditions laid out in the licensing. He has made sure that all the matters that he's looked into around the shop in Londis and would be doing the same when he opens up this shop. Chairman, I look at sorry, Chair. I keep saying Chairman, I do apologize, Chair. I'm looking at the guidance section 182.9.43. The authority's determination should be evidence-based. We have got no evidence today in front of you in written evidence or any provided by the objector, Kerry Smart. We feel that if another off license is a matter of concern, we would like the committee to look at section 14.19, which is not a commercial for the premises community impact. The premises
Mr. Panchal, you need to come near to the microphone, please, Mr. Panchal.
Sorry, yeah, I'm referring to, I would like the committee to look at section 14.19, which says need. We keep hearing from the police regarding another off license, and that 14.19 clearly states in need is not something that the committee should discuss about. What we should be looking at is how well the 4 licensing objectives will be promoted by my client. We feel that he's robustly promoting. He has the experience of 4 years, and a chance be given to him whereby he's bought the premises freehold and serves the community and will be serving the community and will be making sure the area has an improvement. He's there to help the responsible authorities. He's in all the ways happy to work with the responsible authorities, which he has done it in past. I repeat to say that he has done everything in the past with the local neighborhood police, and he will do it in future. And here is a chance that somebody can be involved in improving the area if it's required, and further improving the area if it's required. So, Chairman, we feel that this license be granted.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I don't have any indications. Hattie, do you think I'll just check with our legal advisor? Do you think we've covered everything?
Yes, both parties have had the opportunity to close, so we can proceed to now retire.
Yeah. Okay, so 1548, we're going to retire. So you'll be shown the door of the room virtually. I would anticipate that we are going to be back at 4:15, but obviously reserve the right to take longer, even should we need to. So if you want to come back at 4:10, I would hope that we could let you in the room.
Should we leave and then come back on that same link?
Correct, yes. So you leave the room.
I can put you in the waiting room.
Yeah.
Whatever it suits, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I can put you in.
Waiting room is probably a better idea. Probably less. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anjali. I forgot you.